Not all heroes wear capes, but I know for sure our guest would look awfully cute in one. Stick around to meet her. Hi everyone, and welcome to Calling All Vegans. I'm Sue Spar, and this is my friend and co-host, Alec Bose! It'll make sense after the hook.
True.
Right? Okay. So, every generation complains about the generations behind them, usually saying they're spoiled, selfish, entitled, etc. But never before has one generation handed over such an environmental mess and grim future for another generation. But there's hope. We are talking today with an animal hero kid who is not only a climate healer and participant in the $1 Million Vegan Campaign, but she is also the reason behind Vegan World 2026. Please welcome Kimaya to Calling All Vegans. Yay! Hi!
Hi.
Now, I love that you decided you wanted to go by a single name. I had asked your grandpa to ask you what you wanted to go with, so I was going to say it's cool, like...
This company is fine.
Yeah. So it's like Prince and Madonna or Sting, which are probably old people you've never heard of, but so I thought I'd go with...
I think I've heard of her.
Maybe more like Lizzo, Drake, and Zendaya. Have you heard of them? Do I sound cool? Oh. Oh, well, so much for that. Now, you have...
I feel bad now. I feel bad, honestly.
I'm humiliated. Now, you had a birthday not too long ago, and you turned the big 10. What's it feel like to be in the double digits?
It's sad,
Oh.
but happy.
Oh.
It's a mix right now.
Yeah, mixed emotions. You'll get used to it, though. You'll get used to it.
Because, so what we usually had to do, or what we usually, on a birthday at school, we would get to share something that, like a poster or what you did, or like you could even share a treat. But now, since it's social distancing and stuff, we only share pictures. So we, me and my grandpa and my grandma picked up photos, and we made it into a little short, like a
Collage? Like a little slideshow or collage or something?
Yeah, little slideshow. I almost tried to not cry, but I started crying when I was showing the pictures. It's so sad having to grow up so fast.
I know.
You know how like some years, like some months go long and some months go very short, then long, then short, then long, then short. It's odd.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but as you get older, they go even faster. They all go fast then.
So you mentioned your grandpa, Dr. Sailesh Rao. What's it like to have the coolest grandpa in the world?
I feel like I'm very blessed and lucky to have this grandpa of mine.
You definitely are. We're blessed to know him too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We love him. Now, we had Ruby Roth on our show, and we just loved her. Now, one of her books, That's Why We Don't Eat Animals, is very special to you, I understand. And I also understand that Vegan World 2026 was born from that book through a promise made by your grandpa to you. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I can. Oh my gosh. I hear this story every single time in these meetings.
You better have it perfect.
If I hear it like 20 times a day, then I'm pretty sure I think I could. Plus, I was the one who did it. Right?
Yeah, you were there, so.
So usually what my grandpa's been doing is we've been reading together at night. So, get a little bond, because we usually never have a lot of time to spend with each other, because we have a bunch of meetings,
Well, he's busy saving the world, so.
Yeah, that's true. And this one night, we were reading the Ruby Roth book, That's Why We Don't Eat Animals, and I asked my grandfather, who was the first human being? And my grandpa told me animals were the first human beings on Earth, technically. When he was telling me about this, I was realizing how he was putting this together. Yeah. And he said, are you, and I said it, are you telling me animals are my family? And when he told me this, he's like, yes, now that I think of it, now that you put it in this exact way, you're right. Animals are your family.
Yeah, we all are related back from the beginning.
And there's this another story. Pretend you're holding your mother's hand down the street. You ask her mother and her grandmother's mother and keep going with the long line of mothers. Yeah. Then you ask a chimpanzee to do the same thing with her mother. So when this happens, from Tucson to Phoenix, they would merge. And they would say, hey, that's my family too.
Yeah.
Weird.
So that's the story of how this happened. And then I started bursting into tears. Wait a minute, animals are my family? Why are they in grocery stores, in the farms, and caged up, locked up? And I started crying, and it's his job to put me asleep, not be crying.
Nice work. Nice work, Grandpa. So, and he made a promise to you at that time to console you, I'm guessing.
And he made a pinky promise. I promise that I will not break this pinky promise that you have gave me. And I said, well, if you do, you're gonna have to break your finger.
And what did he promise you?
He promised me that that's never gonna happen. By 2026, that will end.
All this animal
will come right.
Wow.
Now, and not only did he promise, but like you say, he pinky promised, so that's serious business, isn't it? How does it feel to you knowing that your grandpa will always tell you the truth, no matter how difficult it might be? Because that's something he's talked about with us before.
I feel like I'm safe from all the lies, all the things that are going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
You had the Pinky Promise Tour going on, and originally you were planning on moving around to do the tour, trying to get people to think about this. Were you disappointed with everything going on that you have to do it all over the internet now?
And now that I think of it, no. Honestly, it's an art. I'd love to travel the world.
Yeah.
And go such places, but you do what you gotta do, and you just gotta do it.
That's a very good perspective, actually.
Can you tell us a little bit about Animal Hero Kids, how you got involved, and let everybody know about it?
Well, first of all, I was the one who started 2026, so I guess I was supposed to be involved. I mean, but we got a invitation saying, hey, do you want to come out to London and do an Animal Hero Kids thing? And I'm like, sure, I mean. And so they paid tickets to fly us all the way out to London. I got to meet the Animal Hero Kids, which I was very excited for. Got to take a lot of pictures and a lot of, had to do a little presentation. about deforestation,
Yeah, I've seen that video.
about the population of animals and stuff. And then we went to California to hand out vegan things on the streets or on the sidewalks, and to tell a little bit about veganism.
Very good.
Very cool.
So did you come back with a British accent after being in London?
Nah, not really.
Now, have you become friends with the other kids, and what kind of age range do they fall?
You see, I'm not quite sure about that, but
They keep it a secret,
yeah,
do they?
we've been friends.
That's cool.
Oh, that's
Why do you think it's important for kids to get involved in the animal rights and in protecting the planet?
You see, my grandpa says, do whatever you want. I do not care. And he says that you can actually learn from kids
Mm-hmm.
instead of them learning from you, which can also happen as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about the $1 Million Vegan campaign?
So we went up to London, like I said, with the Animal Hero kids. We did little presentations about different things, and we also took a bunch of photos. We had to change clothes a bunch of times. It's like a little performance, honestly.
yeah.
We were out there for, I don't know, maybe about, I'm not quite sure, maybe about 2 weeks, something like that. We got to go to California to hand out follow your heart things
Oh, yummy.
and a bunch of vegan other foods for like little samples to give them like details about how veganism really works.
And how easy it is to do it. What is Follow Your Heart up here again? I forgot.
Follow Your Heart is called Earth
It's
Island.
Earth Island. Earth Island.
In Canada, we call it Earth Island, but it's the same products.
Same delicious products. Go Vegenaise.
Good to know.
This is just a quickie little question. Not too long from now, you're going to become an Animal Hero teen, and I'm sure your grandpa doesn't even want to think about that. That's too painful to even think about, you getting older.
No, I think it's just mom and dad that are really painful about it. Honestly.
Do you think I can be an Animal Hero kid, or do I have to be stuck with being an Animal Hero old lady?
You can do whatever you want. Nobody will judge you.
That's what I want to hear.
Of all the different types of activism that you do, what would you say is your favorite type of activism?
Ooh,
You see, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings,
that's
so
my
I'm
girl.
going to say everything.
That's my girl.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
Do you ever get frustrated or feel like you're ready to give up?
I don't want to think about that. Honestly, giving up is not my thing. I mean, if I really have to, okay, I will. But if I know I can do it, that's not an option.
Woo.
Not for me. That's not an option.
I'm going to throw you the horns for that one. That's very good. Now, still to this day, I've watched it a few times, your video that you did about factory farming from when you were about 8 years old. I get very emotional, and I was the same type of kid.
Everybody gets emotional.
Yeah, definitely. Now,
I'm a very sensitive person. I cry about every single thing.
well, we could be cry buddies together because I get very emotional very easily as well. Now, when I was a little bit younger than you, when you were 8, and right up until today, I have been wishing on shooting stars and birthday candles, and even back then when I was eating meat, turkey wishbones, and my wish was that people stop hurting animals. Do you think my wish will come true? And do you have a wish that you don't mind sharing with us?
I'm not going to give up. So I think, yes, this is going to happen, and we're going to make this happen.
Ooh,
Nice.
very good. And what is the fastest and simplest thing that people can do to reduce animal suffering, heal the climate, improve human health, and avoid pandemics? What's your answer?
First of all, stop cutting down trees, because we need that oxygen. And if you're not giving us that, fine, we'll grow them. We'll grow the trees. 2, just go vegan. Just stop eating animals. I mean, how's that not simple?
I hear you.
I know people like the meat that they eat, but it's really not good for your health. You see, my mom's not vegan, and she has to take a lot of medicines because she doesn't eat that much vegetables. But we went to Utah. We made her like 90% vegan.
Oh, there you go.
Very, very cool.
Get her off those medicines.
So that felt great.
Absolutely.
And, well, stop using plastic bags for the ocean, and stop throwing things in the sea.
People should use their heads. That's what they need to do. Instead of using plastic bags, use your head.
Now, yourself, why did you become vegan?
Because I have sympathy for every living thing. And I have sympathy for them. So I don't have sympathy anymore for them because I did what I needed to do.
Good for you. You're actually, you've empowered yourself, right? So you don't have to be sympathetic, you're just doing it. So that's good. Now, have you ever told other kids that your grandpa helped build the internet, and what's their reaction to that?
You see, I don't want to push them that, like, I'm vegan, you should go too, so just do it. I don't want to, like, push them. I just want them to take it slow and realize without me having to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
So I don't tell them. I mean, if they want to hear, okay, I will. But really, yeah.
Now, it's probably unfair to ask you because I certainly wouldn't be able to choose, but of the 8 million species on this planet, do you have a favorite?
I like the rare animals because they're mostly the most endangered animals. We're actually doing a study about animals, and I'm picking rare animals, 3 different rare animals at the most.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you heard of such thing as a kakapo?
No, I have not. What is it?
It's a type of bird that's very endangered right now.
Mm.
Which is kind of interesting because I've never heard of a kakapo.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, if they go if they go extinct, people will never have heard of them, right?
Exactly.
The most, the mass population.
There's so many different things that you're involved with. Animal Hero Kids, $1 Million Vegan, Vegan World 2026. So anyone who's interested in finding out more about them, we're going to put the links right down here on the page so that we don't have to try to spell them all out.
Listen, take a while.
At the end of the show, we're going to be doing a compilation of video work that you've done through the $1 Million Vegan campaign, including the one that made Sue cry.
Yeah. So people are going to yeah, I know. And I don't just cry, I ugly cry. Okay? It is not pretty. Exactly. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting down with us. You are a really special person. Not just a special kid, a special person. So we really appreciate all you do.
Thank you very much.
And thanks everyone else for tuning in. I hope that you're enjoying this into the new year, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks everybody.
I'm going to blow her a little kiss. Mwah. Ooh, caught it.
I'm vegan because I feel like if I was a meat eater, I'm letting animals down. I'm eating them and it's not right. It's not right to choose to eat animals. If you like them, why are you eating them? they're the opposite. Instead of liking them, you're killing them. You know? If I was a meat eater, if I like animals and I kill animals, I would be, oh no, why am I killing them? Even though I like them. That's the question. What's the answer? Go vegan. It's a simple answer. Probably the simplest answer you can get. Hey adults, are you ready for today's lesson? Come on in, sit down, and get ready to listen up. Today's lesson is on deforestation. Before Europeans settled in America, 46% of our land mass was forest. Since then, we've lost 256 million acres, mostly to agriculture. But why, you might ask, do we need so much land to produce our food? And the answer is because we eat animal products. And animal agriculture is really inefficient. Animal farming uses 83% of our farmland, but it gives us just 18% of our calories and just 37% of our protein. So really, we're just wasting that land. We can get more food from less land if we stopped eating meat and just ate plant-based foods instead. We're not the only ones on this planet. We share it with 8 million other species, but 1 million of them are currently threatened with extinction, mostly because of us. And one key reason they're under threat is because we keep cutting down their homes to clear land for grazing farm animals or to grow crops to feed them. It's crazy! And it's also not very nice. How would you like it if a bulldozer ripped down your home and left you with nowhere to go? Well, wild animals need their homes too. Trees are good for wildlife, for bees, butterflies, bugs, and birds. Trees are good for us because they make oxygen. And what do we need to breathe? Oxygen! And trees are good for the planet. They take carbon from the atmosphere and store it away. If we stop eating animal products, we can reduce the farmland we need by 75%. It can go back to nature, to all the animals who desperately need it. And we should start today. My name's Kimaya, and I'm 8 years old. But all I know about factory farming is that they really hurt animals. They feel really sad. And it probably really hurts their hearts. It really makes them feel bad. Really makes them feel damaged. They make them feel really sad. They can't feed their babies. They can't do anything. They try to be set free. They can't. It really doesn't make them feel good. It hurts them really bad. I'm vegan because if the animals are hurt, I'm hurt. Because I don't want to make them feel bad. I don't want them to be let down. I think everybody should be vegan because of all the animals.